Hey y'all, and welcome back. Today we will be reviewing another slapped ham video titled Scary Viral Footage Shows Something Eerie. But what could it be? Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to find out. So let's get started.
TikTok user Shireen3, known for sharing wholesome family content and life updates, has left her followers unsettled with a recent post that took an unexpected and chilling turn. Shireen, a mother, recounted that she was sleeping one night when she heard persistent knocking sounds coming from the walls of her house. Initially dismissing it as nothing unusual, she soon found herself facing something far more terrifying. Later that same night, the knocking continued, and upon reviewing a photo she took at that moment, Shireen discovered something eerie. If you look closely, you can see a pale, ghostly figure lurking outside her bedroom. Shireen admitted that she had no idea what she had captured until looking at the image later, leaving her feeling disturbed and anxious about the possibility that her house might be haunted. The viral clip has sparked a wave of speculation and debate, with viewers offering their theories. Some believe it could be a case of pareidolia, where the brain interprets random patterns as familiar images, while others are convinced it's evidence of a ghostly presence. A few commenters have even urged Shireen to cleanse her home or seek professional help to rule out any paranormal activity. As the video continues to gain traction, one lingering question remains: is Shireen's house truly haunted, or is there a logical explanation for the eerie figure?
Now, I looked at the picture that she took quite a few times, honestly, because I was just trying to see myself if this could be a possibility of pareidolia, but I don't think so. But we got to keep in mind too that this woman is a content creator on Instagram, as Callan stated previously, and one of the things that he mentioned is that she creates wholesome family content. Let that middle word sink in for a little bit. Now, I'm not trying to say she purposely did it, but that could have very well possibly, when she took the picture in a dark location, you know, like the shadows and everything in that darkened hallway that ended, you know, in partial of her picture, it could have been her child. I mean, you never know. Could have been her child, or it could have been what's been causing the thuds in the first place. Now, I don't know the layout of her home, or if it's an apartment, or, you know, what have you. I'm assuming possibly just a regular old house. But I think if I was her, if I continued hearing thudding, especially in the attic or in the walls and things like that, I think I would get the police department and possibly the fire department, you know, whatever could be quickly available to ascertain the scene. She could have a case of a frogger. You never know with the situations like that. I try to look more so at logical explanations first before jumping in and delving into the paranormal. Like I said, case in point, the picture that she took, that could have been her child coming to go and like had a nightmare, or was going to go drink some water, but then saw their mom taking a picture, and they were just like, okay, hiding for a little bit, and like, oh, okay, mommy's still up, let me go back to my room, because maybe they were even trying to sneak down to the kitchen and get a snack. I mean, how many of y'all as a kid try to wait till your parents went to sleep and then go get a snack out of the refrigerator or out of the pantry? I know I'm guilty of it. I'm just saying. But honestly, if I kept hearing weird thuds at all times of the day and night or what have you when she's hearing it, I would really have somebody inspect the house first, to make sure that there's not somebody setting up shop and using my home basically as their Motel 6, you know? So I would have that looked at before jumping to the paranormal. And if they can't find any evidence of somebody breaking into the home and sleeping there, then I would probably go about trying to see anything on the paranormal aspect of things. But until then, I would make sure that there was nobody there that could physically harm me. So let's move on to the next one, shall we?
Back in 2013, YouTube user Jack Stevens shared a chilling experience from his stay at the historic Biltmore Hotel in Providence, Rhode Island. Now known as the Graduate Providence, the hotel has a long-standing reputation as one of the most haunted places in America. Jack stayed in room 1102, where he documented a series of unsettling occurrences that have left viewers questioning whether the hotel's sinister past continues to haunt its halls. The video shows Jack recording in his room when something eerie happens.
Did you see that?
The bathroom door slams shut on its own, seemingly without any human interference.
Did you see that?
The incident happened multiple times before Jack finally managed to capture it on camera, leaving him shocked and seeking answers from fellow paranormal enthusiasts.
There is nobody in this room except for me.
But is the Biltmore Hotel truly haunted? Built in 1918, the hotel was originally financed by a known Satanist, Johann Lyser Weisskopf, whose vision for the property was far from ordinary. Weisskopf allegedly intended for the Biltmore to serve as a venue for introducing New England's Puritan residents to the darker side of the occult. The hotel's original design included an array of bizarre features, such as a rooftop chicken coop for ritual sacrifices, underground purification springs, and the infamous Bacchante dining room, known for its wild, hedonistic gatherings attended by prominent figures of the era, like F. Scott and Zelda Fitzgerald. While the hotel's satanic history is enough to unsettle any visitor, it was the criminal activity within its walls that truly cemented its haunted reputation. Throughout Prohibition, the Biltmore became a hotbed of corruption, hosting lavish parties where politicians and law enforcement officials indulged freely in illegal alcohol. Between 1920 and 1933, several high-profile figures, including police officers and even a governor, were implicated in crimes ranging from murder to assaults, their victims believed to still roam the hotel's halls. Over the years, guests have reported strange occurrences, from ghostly whispers and phantom footsteps to sudden disappearances. Some claim to hear the echoes of laughter and music from long-gone parties, while others believe the spirits of the Biltmore's tragic past continue to linger, searching for justice or vengeance. Interestingly, local satanic groups argue that the hotel's paranormal activity only intensified after new management removed its occult elements, including the sacrificial sites and underground altars. They believe these rituals once kept the spirits at bay, and without them, the ghosts have become restless and more active than ever. Whether the Biltmore's haunted reputation is fact or fiction, Jack Stevens' Eerie video has reignited interest in the hotel's dark past. Could the ghost of a long-lost partygoer or a victim of the hotel's criminal underbelly still linger in room 1102? Or is there a more rational explanation for the mysterious slamming doors?
Did you see that?
Now, I have heard a lot of things about the Biltmore in Providence, Rhode Island, and a lot of it isn't really good, and it is considered an extremely, extremely haunted location. I think it's one of the most haunted locations in Rhode Island itself. Tiny state, by the way. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, and amazing food too. But I will say it is home to a very, very haunted hotel. Now, see, this video is really interesting. 1102, I do believe, has been investigated several times by more high-profile paranormal investigators. I can't remember exactly what team. I don't know if it was Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures that was there. And I do believe Katrina Wadman from Paranormal State was in that one. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think she did go and do an investigation there too. I think it was when she was in Paranormal Lockdown with Nick Groff. Not 100%. If I'm wrong about it, leave it in the comments below, because I honestly can't remember, and I'm doing most of this on the spot right now without looking up and researching, especially on a video like this that I do have a bit more knowledge on. Anyway, at first, when I'm first watching it and everything, I think that there might be somebody hiding in the bathroom. I still kind of, he opens up and everything and you don't see anybody there, but I just kind of want to make, 100% sure. There's always that possibility of a really good hoax. But I want to know how many of y'all caught what happened to the camera after the door slammed. Did y'all catch it? Did y'all catch that nice little slight glitch in the picture? See, now, it could be a lot of things. There could be electromagnetic interference. I don't know if there's a storm going on, or if maybe there's some sort of spike within the electricity on where he walked. That can also cause a glitch in the camera too. But also the theory states is that, for paranormal occurrences to happen, I was about to say occur, but I did not want to have two occurs there, besides the point. Anyway, for paranormal occurrences to happen, they need some sort of energy source. That's why on a lot of investigations y'all seen on TVs and everything, batteries drain really quick. And you put a fresh battery pack in, shoo, that battery goes down to zero. I've had instances where my phone didn't charge at one point, and it did sap some battery and everything. I think I was at 50%, something like that. It went 100%, like a lot of them with the cameras and everything. And then all of a sudden it went to, I had an instance of, some strange thing happen, and it was out of the corner of my eye, so I couldn't really know if it was there or not. It was like a quick shadow. But during that time, my phone did go from 50 to about 40, like anywhere between like 37 and 40. So that can make you think, okay, yeah, maybe something did pass by or something, because it said that they need energy and that's why battery is drained. So, but, they also have a lot of static interference, glitches within the camera. You saw that pixelation that shortly happened after that. So, this area has been investigated numerous times by professional paranormal investigators and more of your amateur investigators, such as the gentleman in the video. And it has a lot of documented deaths. So there has been a lot of sadness there. There's a lot of happiness there, weddings and things like that. A lot of other more scandalous emotions could also run through there. And you think about it. All hotels have a certain energy to them because of all the emotions that are running through. Somebody left from a person that was harming them within a relationship. They run to a hotel, so they bring their emotions with them. Or, it's a happy night after a wedding or a good party, and you get those emotions too. So, and you get the emotions of family, warmth, You get just so much emotions that can run through any of the hotels and everything. And y'all probably wonder where I'm getting with this, why I'm going on a tangent with it. But just think of all those emotions that can go through a hotel within a year, within 5 years, 10, 20. But then you go to the age of the Biltmore Hotel in Rhode Island. You go that far back. Just how many emotions have ran through those halls? All the happiness, sadness, envy, regret, just everything you can even think of has gone through those halls. Not just for a couple of years, but for decades. And so you would think in situations like that, energy's running high, the emotions running high, you're going to have things that stick, you know? You'll have like your residual hauntings where you see like the lady in white, or, you know, you'll see a servant pass by on stairs. You know, I'm bringing up all different locations that would have something like this, but you know, another person walking down the stairs beside you, you turn, you don't see them anymore, you know, weird strangeness such as that. Or even like the case in point I had in Fredericksburg, Virginia, where I actually literally was, my duffel bag was actually pulled on. So you have just so much running through on hotels, and just the age of the Biltmore, you know, is something to think about. Let's move on to the next one, shall we?
The popular TikTok account nightmarefuel__ has sent shivers down viewers' spines with a recent upload that has quickly gone viral. In the clip, two friends attempted to perform an infamous mirror ritual in hopes of invoking spirits into their home. But things took a terrifying turn. An ominous face can be seen peering through a window. The clip has gained millions of views, with commenters debating the authenticity of the footage. Some firmly believe that the ritual successfully summoned a demonic entity. Mirror rituals have long been a part of folklore and urban legend, with many believing they can serve as portals to the spirit world. From Bloody Mary to scrying practices, mirrors have been associated with supernatural occurrences for centuries. According to paranormal enthusiasts, improperly conducted rituals can open doors to unwanted entities, which may explain the chilling figure seen in the video. So, did these two friends unwittingly welcome a supernatural presence into their home? Or is there a more rational explanation lurking behind the creepy reflection? Let us know what you think. Was this a real paranormal encounter, or just a clever hoax?
Now, with this being from TikTok, more often than not, I'm going to say this is a hoax. They could have used like maybe chapstick or any sort of like oil-based substance and made that face. And then when you shine a light on it, it's going to have that oily residue, so it's going to reflect in the light. So that's very easily to just fake for something like that. You know, it's very easy to do, especially if you have any sort of artistic skills, because that one was pretty good. Or you can make it even better, put your own face up against it, and that would, you know, create an effect like that, especially if you put a heavier oil onto your eyeball in that area there, so it could actually make it look like it has actual eyes itself. So that is easily explained. But I will say that I will give people a word of warning if they ever try to do rituals and put any sort of serious intent to it besides joking and not more joking around and things like that. I will say be careful, because you might invite something in that you don't want. And you know, that's why, especially in the South and in the Appalachian Mountains, there's a lot of superstitions revolving mirrors because, back in the day, mirrors are used if you didn't have a pool of water, mirrors could be used at like a surface of the water for scrying and everything. So, I just say there's a lot of superstitions around mirrors, and there's a good reason for it. So let's move on to the next one, shall we?
A strange clip posted to the Instagram account UFO World 10 has been making waves online, leaving viewers scratching their heads. Allegedly captured on December 16, 2024, during a local football game in California, the footage appears to show an unidentified flying object carrying something through the night sky. As the eerie video unfolds, the object's cargo becomes clearer, an animal seemingly suspended in the air.
An animal.
The bizarre sight has sparked a flurry of speculation, with some believing it to be an elaborate prank, while others argue that something more mysterious might be at play. Local authorities have weighed in, suggesting pranksters may be using drones to stir up intrigue within the community. However, some eyewitnesses claim the flying object was far too large to be a standard commercial drone, raising questions about what could be responsible for the strange sighting. This incident comes amid a recent surge of drone sightings across the United States, fueling conspiracy theories and concerns about unidentified aerial phenomena. Some theorists believe these sightings could be part of a larger pattern, possibly linked to government experiments or even extraterrestrial activity. Skeptics argue that the object seen in the video could be nothing more than a well-executed stunt aimed at feeding the ongoing UFO frenzy. Meanwhile, believers point to the sheer size and movement of the object as evidence that it could be something beyond our current understanding. So, what's really happening in the skies over California? Is this just another prank in the era of viral hoaxes, or could this be a sign of something truly unexplained?
This right here is a pretty interesting clip, and when you look closely at it, it looks like it's a wolf or maybe like a husky or something that's looks almost wrapped up in Christmas lights. Don't y'all agree? That was a little strange, in my opinion. But it's just, I don't know. I've seen quite a few strange things in my life, and this one's pretty, that's all I can say. It's pretty interesting. And I really don't know what to say. I mean, it could be a hoax. It could be just some sort of maybe an animatronic canine up on being strung up by Christmas lights, and it just maybe it's like an inflatable or something that's gonna be lightweight, that maybe they have like more than one drone creating kind of that ring effect and everything. But I'm really kind of struggling with this one right here, especially since some of the things that I have seen in my past, which I'll go more in detail on a few of those stories, so at a later date and everything. But this is just, it's really interesting. I can't really, think of anything else but that, somebody maybe multiple drones with something like this. I mean, what y'all think? This is kind of strange to me. I mean, if any of y'all have seen any posts or anything like that from somewhere out in California and everything that shows that this was a hoax and things like that, let me know. I mean, y'all can leave a link in the comments and everything like that, because I'm kind of at a loss for it. I mean, I can think of possibilities of how it was a hoax, and it was a little strange though that more people weren't more concerned. But then again, I'm from the South. Everybody would be watching the football game, so nobody would see anything up in the sky unless it was a firework or something. So, but I digress on that one. So let's move on to the next one. And like I said, if any of y'all know any more information about this, leave it in the comments. Let me know. All right, let's move on to the next one.
They don't know anything. They don't know what it is.
Instagram user Planet Mysteries has shared a chilling compilation of news clips and congressional hearing tapes, shedding light on the ongoing and perplexing drone wave that has been plaguing the eastern United States. Officials are heard acknowledging that these drones are not of US military origin and do not appear to be linked to any known foreign adversary.
These are not US military drones. Again, this is being investigated by local law enforcement. What our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
Despite investigations by local law enforcement, their origin and purpose remain a complete mystery. Lawmakers express their frustration, emphasizing the alarming fact that authorities have no idea what these drones are or where they come from.
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
That's right.
It's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are.
Reports emerge of a 47-foot motor lifeboat being followed by a swarm of 12 to 30 drones as it traveled through the water.
Followed by between 12 and 30 of these drones as they went through the water.
Eyewitness accounts suggest these drones, reportedly around 6 feet in size, are capable of evading detection, emitting no signals, and becoming completely invisible once their lights are turned off. Officials admit they are unable to track them and have no intelligence on their origins or destinations.
They also indicated that they don't know where they come from, they don't know where they go to.
Then an unsettling story surfaces. A family attempted to follow one of the drones in their car, only to witness their vehicle's clock mysteriously changing time.
And while it hovered above them, the clock in their car changed times.
Even more concerning, FBI agents assigned to the investigation have reported spotting drones hovering over their homes. Some witnesses claim the drones have been seen loitering near sensitive sites, such as Picatinny Arsenal, a US Army Research and Development Center. Later, an individual describes launching their own drone to investigate the phenomenon, only to experience a sudden power failure within minutes, despite a fully charged battery.
I put my drone up in the air and went towards it. I had full battery life. Not 3 minutes into the flight.
The implication of potential electronic interference or energy-draining capabilities has left many questioning what exactly they are dealing with. As these strange aerial objects continue to evade detection and leave witnesses baffled, speculation runs rampant. Are they advanced surveillance tools, experimental military technology, or something beyond conventional explanation? Despite authorities insisting there is no immediate threat, many remain unconvinced, questioning how officials can make such claims without fully understanding what these drones are. The lack of concrete answers only fuels growing concerns and conspiracy theories, leaving the public anxiously awaiting more information. Could this be part of a larger, undisclosed operation? Or are we witnessing the emergence of a technology beyond our current capabilities? Only time will tell.
Now, this video clip here, this one hits a little bit harder and a little bit closer to me than any of y'all would realize. Yes, my name on this channel is Southern Cryptid, and I am originally from the South. If y'all couldn't detect by the accent, then, you know. Anyway, I digress on that. But I've been currently living in New Jersey for quite a bit of years, and honestly, the part that bothered me the most about this whole situation here is how the authorities, federal authorities, would sit there and actually try to say that the people in New Jersey were mistaken airplanes and helicopters for these drones that they were seeing. I'm sorry, at the end of the day, there are 3 major airports in and around New Jersey. I mean, you have Newark International Airport out there in Elizabeth, New Jersey. You have LaGuardia and JFK over in Queens. So the skies over New Jersey have a multitude of planes coming through it at any given time of day. And I'm more than certain that everybody in New Jersey knows what an airplane looks like. We know what a helicopter looks like. I mean, there's news helicopters, police helicopters. They all go through the sky. I mean, there's a few times when the president decides to go over to his Bedminster golf course, and we see the nice military planes coming through. So, I mean, you try to tell me that the people in the state of New Jersey wouldn't know what a drone was and that they were mistaken an airline plane, classic Delta or Qatar Air, things like that. That they would mistake a Delta airliner for a drone. It just makes no sense to me. I mean, do people think that people who live in a certain area are just dumb? I mean, in general, that'd be like, trying to tell me living down south that when I see a mountain lion, which they try to say that there's no mountain lions too far south, that they're only in the mountains, that I'm mistaking it for a bobcat. I know what a bobcat looks like. I know what a mountain lion looks like. I can tell the difference between them, and there's a big size difference. And I would feel that's the same way with the people of New Jersey and myself living in this state. We can tell the difference between an airplane and a drone. I mean, I've seen drones throughout the sky all the time too, especially when they started real popular as Christmas gifts for kids and everything, and they just fly those things around. This was about a few years back and everything like that. But to think that you could mistake a plane for a drone, it baffles me. I'm sorry, I'm going on a rant with this because it irritates me still to this day. I mean, it's almost been a full year since this whole situation happened, and it was quite a bit of time that these things were popping up and everything. And then you also have where you're questioning the Coast Guard, telling them that they didn't see 12 to 30 of these things following one of their boats. Oh, that was just a plane or something, or that was the only one that was real and everything like that. It made no sense to me. And then to find out that you put people in kind of almost like a state of panic, thinking that maybe extraterrestrials were coming to New Jersey, or that you had maybe foreign spies or something like that, or almost like you're going to have World War III happening here in New Jersey. And you're just telling them, oh, it's nothing, it's okay. And then you hold off and wait almost half a year later to say, oh yeah, you know what, those drones, they were part of our military, it's okay. When you were telling before, you had no idea what it was. Then you were telling us, oh, there was nothing, that it was just, it's maddening, really, to think that people would do that. And just even local mayors and, just local government for different municipalities and everything, they had no clue. I remember it was actually, I think the mayor somewhere down in either Monmouth or Ocean County had actually went, and he was taking a shotgun and he was going basically hunting them down, trying to figure out where they were coming from. This is how crazy it got. The point where he was so pissed off that the federal government was keeping all hush-hush and telling his constituents that, oh, it's nothing but an airplane. And he's only felt like the only person who was trying to do something, him and a couple of local law enforcement, that were actually trying to go and hunt him down. And I think they shot one, but it like disintegrated or something, so they couldn't get a real idea of the whole thing on it. So it was all strange and crazy. I just hope maybe that around this Christmas time will be a little bit better for us. We can only hope, can't we? So, you know what? I'm sorry, like I said, I went on a rant, but I hope y'all forgive me for it. I mean, it's just something, if any of y'all are from New Jersey too, I know y'all feel the same situation I felt every time you see something bring up with this. So, I'm there with you. I understand. So let's move on to the next one, shall we?
Goes all the way around. This might have been a burial ground.
TikTok user Santa Paranormal, known for exploring graveyards and abandoned locations in search of paranormal encounters, has shared a chilling clip that has quickly gone viral.
It's unknown.
The investigator, who often uses a spirit box, a device believed to facilitate communication with spirits, was live streaming as he cleaned the grave of a 5-year-old girl named Mary.
Cleaning my grave.
That's it. Done, son. That's it. We're cleaning your grave.
The caption of the viral post reads, "We cleaned the lone and forgotten grave of 5-year-old Mary yesterday and she came through a bunch of different times." As he works, the spirit box seemingly responds, acknowledging his efforts with eerily specific messages.
Cleaning my grave.
That's it. Done, son. That's it. We're cleaning your grave.
The responses appear to correspond directly to the actions taking place, with phrases that suggest gratitude or recognition from the unseen entity.
What is your name?
My name is John, Mary.
The live stream aspect of the event has convinced many viewers of its authenticity, as thousands watched in real time, experiencing the unsettling responses firsthand. Some commenters were deeply moved by the interaction, while others expressed skepticism, questioning the validity of spirit boxes and whether they truly provide a link to the afterlife. Could this really be the spirit of young Mary reaching out from beyond, or is it simply a fascinating coincidence? The mystery remains, leaving viewers captivated and eager for more encounters from Santa Paranormal's ongoing investigations.
Cleaning my grave.
That's it. Done, son. That's it. We're cleaning your grave.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I find this one kind of oddly satisfying. I know, call me weird, but it's just that, there's so many forgotten gravesites, cemeteries, in general, just not even in the United States, in the world. Can you just imagine, being somebody who's buried in a spot and people forgot about you? Maybe your family, all of them, or the whole line is gone. And, you try to hang around in those areas because you would think that maybe somebody would come and visit you. I mean, it's instilled in a lot of our culture that, a burial site is a place for a family to come and pay respects to people who had passed on. I mean, every time I go back home, I myself do go and visit the local cemetery where a lot of my family is. And I'll make sure, if there's a little bit of weeds or something like that maybe had grown up since the last time somebody's been there, I'll go and take it upon myself and kind of clean it up a bit. Maybe if the wind blown over some flowers and stuff like that, I'll fix them. But, it's a way to connect to a physical sense, even though spiritually your family could be everywhere, or the ones who have passed on before you. They're not tethered to an exact location. Their physical aspect, so to say, can be, but spiritually they're not. But if your whole line is ended, or parts of the family don't know about your location, so to say, as a person who's on the other side, you would want to maybe hang around to the family that would maybe constantly come and see you in a certain area. Because honestly, I don't think every graveyard is haunted. I mean, it's a sense that why would somebody stay in a spot where their physical remains are? Well, especially when you can go wherever and be near any of your family. Because I'll be honest with you, if I did do that, if I did pass along before anybody else, sure, there's a few people I would go and see. Maybe, I don't know, scare the crap out of them or something like that. Do something kind of funny that they would know that it was me, But, to think that a little child, is in a location such as that all alone and the grave unattended, that somebody would be, helpful. Somebody who's not part of the family, or maybe, just out of the goodness of their heart, going and cleaning up a deserted grave site, where nobody's coming to see everything. I find that comforting, that there are people who will come and take care of something that's not their responsibility. You know what I mean? And as for the EVPs, it was a live stream. We're only seeing a little minor clip of that live stream. I don't know exactly these people. I've never heard of them before. There's a lot of paranormal societies around in the United States as well as across the world. So, of course, I don't know all of them. I know a few people, and I've met with a few of them myself. And it's just, it's good to see. I don't know, like, their methods or anything like that, but, and, have that EVP session come up with, like, oh, yeah, you're cleaning my grave. I think that's kind of nice. Like I said, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and I didn't see the whole live stream. They just showing a clip here. So I don't know exactly if there's any, things to make it be a little bit different in the background or whatever. But I will say EVPs are kind of interesting. This will be a little short story before we move on to the next clip. But I was playing around doing an EVP session in my own home. I'll explain more of the reasons why I've been doing that in another video. But as soon as I set it up and everything, first thing that came out was, please don't leave me. I tried to record all the other things that happened, but it was like as soon as I opened up the EVP, I hadn't even had a recording set up for it, because it's all recorded within the EVP thing I was using. And it just said, please don't leave me. And I'm like, I'm not going to leave. What are you talking about? I'm here for a signed lease. I'm not going anywhere. So a little strange, but I'm interested nonetheless. So anyway, what I'm trying to get at is EVPs are kind of interesting and very sporadic. It's something that you wouldn't think would happen out of nowhere. You put on something and you hear the little static and everything of it going and switching back and forth on channels and everything. And then all of a sudden you just hear something like for his, oh, cleaning my grave. Or what's your name? It's kind of surreal, But anyway, I think it's just a nice gesture in general that people would do something like this, especially for a gravesite that is no longer visited or maintained. So, you know what? Let's move on to the next one, shall we?
So, to answer everybody's questions about the ghost and horse rider,
TikTok user Logan Lynn, too, recently sent the internet into a paranormal frenzy after posting an eerie clip that appeared to show a ghostly horse rider galloping through the night. The footage quickly gained traction, racking up nearly 9 million views, with countless viewers speculating about the chilling sight. The video depicted an ethereal figure on horseback, seemingly fading into the darkness in an almost supernatural manner. Many viewers were convinced it was an apparition caught on camera, fueling a wave of theories and excited debate across social media. However, as the clip continued to spread and speculation ran rampant, Logan Lynn took to TikTok to set the record straight. In a follow-up post, she revealed that the video was never meant to be taken seriously.
the video is not real. I posted it as a joke. I was joking around with a friend of mine, the one that was riding the horse for me in the dark.
Explaining the backstory, Logan admitted that the clip was a light-hearted joke between her and a friend who was riding the horse. As they recorded, Logan jokingly commented that her friend looked like a ghost, which inspired her to upload the clip for fun.
In the video, I was telling her, you look like a ghost, you look like a ghost. And I was posting it more or less as a joke, but
She later pointed out that the eerie effect was caused by the limitations of her phone camera, which struggled to capture details as the rider moved further into the shadows. In another post, Logan shared additional footage of the same horse and rider in better lighting, proving beyond doubt that there was nothing paranormal about the original video. Despite the revelation, many viewers applauded Logan's creativity and sense of humour, while others expressed disappointment that the ghostly mystery had been debunked so quickly. So in the end, the truth behind the ghostly horse rider was much more down to earth than initially believed.
And with this last clip, this is the end of our video. So remember how I was talking about lighting and camera angles and camera quality is, a lot of things that you have to take into consideration when it comes to supposed videos of the paranormal. And this right here is a perfect example of it. And I'm glad that they did show that, a second video for it to show that, hey, look, it was all a joke. This was all in good fun. And this is what the real thing looks like. Because y'all saw in the second clip that when the woman was riding the horse, you could see her up close. But then as she got towards the shadows and the bushes in the background, that there, it seemed like the horse just totally disappeared. I mean, the horse was a darker color, more like like a chestnut color, maybe on the verge of black. I couldn't really see the color of them because it is a lot lower of a lighting. But it's a horse that's not like a white stallion or anything like that. So it's going to merge into the bushes a little bit more and look a little more camouflaged. So, I'm really glad that they did show this and explain this, because in the day of technology that we have, there's been a lot of things that can be debunked based on low camera quality and things like that could, cause things to look a little bit more supernatural in origin than what they actually are. So, I like I say, I do believe in the paranormal because there are things that I have seen personally myself that cannot be explained logically. But, when it comes to other people's videos or other people's evidence, it's always better to come at it with more speculation as opposed to 100% acceptance. Yes, you may believe in the supernatural and the paranormal, as I do, but when it comes to others' videos and others' experiences that are considered having video evidence or photographic evidence of the situation, you always have to come at it on a skeptical side of it all, because you got to see what kind of the lighting isn't that great. The camera, what type of camera was it? What type of video was it? Was it CCTV? Was it, a nice couple of $1,000 video camera? You have to look into different avenues of how this evidence has been captured to be able to get a good understanding of what you're seeing. And that's all that I try to do with this channel. Well, not with this channel, but I'd say more so with these reaction videos, because there's a lot of things that people will take at face value when you need a little bit more scrutiny to it. But I'm just glad that they did show how this was accomplished. And, it's kind of sad that there was a lot of people disappointed that this wasn't a real thing. But in the entertainment value, I thought it was really nice. And I liked that she showed how everything was done. So, with that, this is, like I said before, the end of this video. I hope y'all liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe. There's a few other things I'm working on right now, as well as these reaction videos. I got a couple of things I'm trying to record up. Little stories that of experiences I've had myself. I mean, like I say, take it like you take with these videos. Take it with a grain of salt. But these are my experiences, and I would like to share them with y'all and see what y'all think of them. Anyway, I hope y'all have a nice day and come back again.